Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence. So, today is November 22nd, and I'm going to record both yesterday's insight and today's insight in this video. Yesterday, after 260 plus days, yesterday was the first day where I did not record this video or a daily dose of insight inspired by Sadhguru's Insight for two reasons. One, I caught up with trying to release the second episode of the RASHMI podcast. Do check that out. It is on wisdom-led operating model. I am highly proud of the work there, and I think that is the blueprint for humans to lead in the age of AI. So do check that out. The second reason why I did not record a video yesterday was because for the first time, Sadhguru's insight yesterday did not immediately lead me to get to a real wisdom artificial intelligence and a dose of RASHMI. That happened for the first time in 260 plus days. And let me explain why. So Sadhguru's insight yesterday was the way we think is the way we feel. And that's a powerful quote. However, as I reflected on it, it reminded me of Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor's quote, "We are feeling creatures who think." And through my journey, my experiences, I absolutely agree with that. We are feeling creatures who think. And so you see the dilemma there. Sadhguru's quote is the way we think is the way we feel. However, I have lived experience that we are feeling creatures who think. We are governed by our emotions. And that's why stitching together a narrative that strikes at the emotions with any human being is what gets you to grab their attention. Sadhguru's definition of karma kind of brought it all together. So Sadhguru defines karma not like the heavenly ledger as of good deeds, bad deeds, which come back around. That is the popular understanding of karma. And while there is logic to that and there is truth in that, the way Sadhguru defines karma is imprint that is left based on all your thoughts and all your actions. And that's how you keep accumulating karma. And the more you keep compulsively reacting, you accumulate more karma. So the thoughts and your actions leave a karmic footprint. And then when a new situation presents itself, while we are feeling creatures who think, as Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor has said, but the feeling or the emotion that gets generated doesn't just come out of nowhere. It is because of the karmic footprint, the thoughts, actions, the choices that you have made all along your life. That karmic footprint determines your emotion. That's what triggers the emotion. The issue is now when it triggers that emotion, if we stay in this compulsive reaction mode, then we are going to keep in that karmic loop and we are going to reinforce more and more of, if it's a negative emotion, more and more of that. And that is where we have the power to choose at any given moment. If we do not compulsively react and we start consciously choosing, we can turn that around. We can turn that karmic footprint around and harness that energy that comes with the emotion. So an emotion at the end of the day is nothing but a burst of energy. What makes that burst of energy good or bad is the feeling that you generate with it, which is dependent on your thoughts and your karmic footprint. So once you start consciously choosing, you have the choice to not accumulate any more negative karmic footprint and just turn every situation into a positive situation. That is the power of being human. And that is where now looking at this from the real wisdom artificial intelligence, that is something AI can never do. AI is amazing as a thought co-pilot, deep reasoning, and it will help you with deep chain of thoughts based on all of the past memory, accumulated data. It is a wonderful tool from that perspective. However, it is not capable of emotions. That, in a way, is a good thing also that it doesn't really start with any emotions. However, the beauty of being humans is that we generate these emotions. And these emotions are nothing but a burst of energy. So we have the capability to turn this burst of energy into positivity and effectively generate more and more energy. AI, anytime it's going to be doing any thinking, is only going to consume energy. So that is the power and the beauty of being human. So With that, today, November 22nd, the Sadhguru Insight on the Miracle of Mind app today read, the more we are identified with the drama of our minds, the more we get distanced from our true self. So, with all of what I have just talked about, that applies in this context as well. And thinking through all this, yesterday's insight and today's insight from Sadhguru and what I just went over, that leads to today's dose of RASHMI, which is unconscious intelligence gets identified with the psychological drama of the mind. Wisdom, on the other hand, is getting in touch with your whole self beyond this psychological drama of mind and turning any situation into a positive learning experience and being able to harness the emotional energy that any situation brings. Thank you.